People, like, I know people that are like, oh, marriage is it's gonna change everything. You know, once we're married, everything's gonna be different. And like, I'm not gonna like shoot them down. Like, I'm not here to, you know, rain on their parade. But all I think to myself is, it's really not gonna change. Like, I hope you're happy with the way things are right now, because like, I feel like some people are like, well, if I get married, you know, it's gonna be different and it's gonna be better. And all I can think is, man, if you get married, you have a piece of paper that says you're married, my man. Like, if you're happy right now, you're gonna continue to be happy. And if you're not happy, it's not gonna make you happier. You know, like, just. I don't know.
Good luck.
So. Oh, 12 of our high school Twitchies out there, man. You know, find the person you want to be with. Find the person you want to be with. You know, be with them for a while. Be around them. Meet their family, dude. Live with them for a while. How do they live? Are they really clean? Are they dirty? Do they snore funny? You know what I'm saying? You learn all sorts of things about people. You know? You learn all sorts of things. You know, it's about the little things, you know? It's about the little things, man. And while we're on the subject, I guess this is relationship hour with Incon, you know? But I'm gonna go for this Ryzen. Ooh, that's his dad, okay. Ow, it hurts. But like, here's the deal. Here's another big one for the youngins.
First blood.
The most important thing, really, in life, really all over. This is gonna be great. You know, a skill to learn for everything in life, but particularly for a relationship, is as the book would say in It Takes Two, communication. You gotta communicate. You gotta learn to put into words what you're feeling. You know? Because you might be happy, you might be sad, something might be bothering you, whatever, but you gotta talk about it. And this is obviously gonna hold true for all relationships, whether it's a friend or a parent or a child or a significant other, whatever. You've gotta communicate. You have to, because if you don't talk to somebody, they'll never know. They'll never know. You gotta talk to people.
I didn't think I
You gotta be like, hey, this is a thing that's bothering me. And here's the deal. Here's the deal. This is not me saying if you be like, hey, this thing is bothering me. That is not me saying that congratulations, you brought it up, it is fixed. It's not how it works. Sometimes you're gonna be like, hey, this is a thing that bothers me. And the other person is gonna say, okay, I recognize that it's bothering you, but that's not something that I'm gonna change. That happens sometimes, right? Particularly with small things. Now, if it ends up being a big thing, right? Those are the things you need to work out, find ways to compromise on, whatever, right? On the big things, you know, you're not just gonna skirt them off. But on little things, it's gonna happen, you know? Like, you're gonna have little tiny things like, oh, you know, could you, whatever. It doesn't even matter. Infinite amount of things, you know? But if you bring it up, it might be something really easy. It might be something the person's like, oh, I never thought about it that way. Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all. Sure, I can change that. It might be something, maybe they leave the towel on the floor after a shower. It could be the tiniest little thing. The ittiest bittiest thing. Maybe you're like, hey, can you just make sure, you know, you actually like put the towel in the hamper instead of just like leaving it on the floor? I slipped on the towel in the middle of the night. They might be like, oh yeah, you're right. I don't know why I do that. Whatever. You know? He's got to communicate, man. And then on the big thing, that's where it goes past communication. And then it becomes about like, you know, like, okay, like this, then you have to, it's not like lay down the law, but that's when you're like, hey, this is like one of my cornerstones, you know? It's like you're building an RPG character, right? You're building your D&D character from the ground up, and you're like, this is one of the cornerstones of my character. Like this thing, this is a big one for me. Like this is my, like, I need you to understand where I'm coming from, you know? And it's okay to have those. It's totally okay to have deal breakers, but you should know your deal breakers, step one, going into a relationship, because you can find out early. Maybe you go on a date or two with somebody and maybe you really want to have kids and they don't want to have kids. That could be a deal breaker for you. It might be. They might be like, no, I don't want to have kids at all. I just don't see myself being a parent. The other person's like, oh, I came from a big family. I want to have 7 kids. You know, there might not be a compromise between I want to have 7 kids and I want to have no kids. You know, I'd be like, oh, okay, well, you know, it was nice meeting you. Best of luck in life. You know, maybe we'll invite you out to the party. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. And it might be whatever for you. It might be kids. It might be work ethic. It might be religion. Whatever. There's all sorts of things. But also keep in mind, just keep in mind, the more deal breakers that you have, the smaller your pool of partners gets, which is fine. I'm not saying you can't be specific, but you know, just be aware that obviously as you add things to your checklist of like must-haves, there's gonna be less people that have all those things, right? So it might take you longer to find a partner that has all of those things. So if you can find if you can find ways yourself as well to like find things that are, it would be nice if my partner had this. You know, it would be nice if my partner did this or didn't do this or whatever, but it's not the end of the world. Maybe there's a compromise somewhere in the middle there. Obviously, that's gonna expand out your relationship pool, so to speak, because you're, you know, less restrictive. You know, you gotta find the happy medium. Know what's important to you. Know what are your core tenets of beliefs and all that, you know.
Enemy missing left.
Find somebody that share those core beliefs. And then as you know, get deeper into the relationship, you run away from rulers together. You know, you find your... You find the smaller things, right? Because you're not, you know, on your first and your second and your fourth and your 20th date, you're not gonna learn everything there is to know about somebody, right? There's always gonna be the next little small thing of, oh, I learned something today, right? We've been together for 10 years at this point. I still learn things about my wife all the time. Just because there's an infinite amount of life possibilities and situations, you know? So you learn small things all the time. You know? All the time.
Enemy ultimate down.
I think I'm gonna try to burn down the scorpion. So yeah, you know. And then of course learn the art of the compromise. I think a lot of people, oh my gosh, the Kumba Mueller! They got there so fast! Kumba, I don't want it! Kumba! Yo, shout out to that art missile. Tusky! Learn the art of the compromise, baby. Find ways to meet in the middle. And here's a little helpful tidbit about compromise. Here's a little helpful tidbit. Compromise does not have to be going 50-50 on everything you disagree with. And I think that this is kind of something that gets lost upon people. Compromise does not mean, okay, here is something that we disagree on, so we go right down the middle. A lot of times, there's not gonna be a right down the middle compromise, right? You know, maybe if it was something like, I want 2 kids, I want 4 kids, maybe you're both happy to compromise on having 3 kids, right? Something like that. Like, there might be a compromise there that everybody feels happy about. Whatever. But there also is plenty of things where there's not like there's not a middle point. It's either on or off. Something happens or doesn't happen, right? And so for those things, and there's gonna be a lot of them, just in life that come up, sometimes compromise is about like, it's your turn. And what I mean by that is sometimes it's like, okay, well, the last time we had a disagreement, you know, you compromised and you did the thing that I wanted or the way that I wanted it, whatever. This time we disagree, so I'm gonna be the one that compromises, and so we're gonna do the thing that you wanted to do or the way that you wanted it or whatever, right? Sometimes it's about that. Sometimes the compromise is just simply saying, okay, I am not going to, you know, have it done my way. We're gonna do it their way. And maybe next time we'll do it my way. Maybe it's a back and forth type of thing. You know?
Enemy missing.
That is also a form of compromise. It doesn't just have to be, you know, where's the middle point on this particular thing for us. It can be, okay, well, you know, maybe we do it back and forth. We have a disagreement this day, and so it goes to me. This day it goes to you. We just kind of back and forth a little bit, you know? Here's another little tidbit. There are gonna be so many things. So many things. And I'm talking particularly to my men out there right now. Because I'm a guy, and this won't speak to everybody. But particularly for the men in the States, you know, everybody's raised a different way, right? Everybody's raised a different way. I'm not saying this is universal, but I'm saying for the guys out there, and you're gonna hear me on this. There's gonna be a lot of situations, man, where you're like, honestly, I just don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion. I honestly don't care about whatever this thing is. In those situations, the correct response is just to say, cool, let's do it your way. And it's okay to not have an opinion on something. It's okay to not have an opinion. It's very okay. If you're like, honestly, either way, take it or leave it, doesn't matter to me, then just do it the way the other person wants it. It's free, right? And this goes for everybody. This goes for men, women, everybody. Doesn't matter what type of relationship you're in. But if you are completely neutral on something, and there's gonna be tons of things that you're neutral on. First of all, it's okay to be neutral on something. Totally fine. Second of all, if somebody feels really strongly about something and you feel very neutral on it, then it costs you zero to just do it the way the other person wants it. It doesn't cost you anything. You know? So do yourself a favor, and in a relationship, never, ever, 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 ever try to be the devil's advocate. There's no reason to. If you're in your high school philosophy class, man, you play devil's advocate all day long. Don't play devil's advocate in your own relationship. Just let things be easy if they're gonna be easy, you know? Don't be like, well, you want it this way, but the other way that we should keep in mind. No, who cares? Who cares? If you don't care and they care, just do it the way that person wants it. Or vice versa. If you care and they don't care, then congrats. Just do it your way. You know what I'm saying? When there's no money in the pot from one of the players, you know, it's okay to just fold. There's nothing wrong with that. You're like, I got nothing. I got no money in this pot. You can have it. You know? You gotta know when to hold them. You gotta know when to fold them. Take the wins. Take the wins. We love free wins, dude. It's like getting free ELO in life. You know? Take the free ELO. Run away from the Hercs as they punch you in the head. As you get chased down by Nems and then you're dead. You know? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man.
Be careful.
There you go. This has been Relationship hour with Incon. Take your W's. Take your W's. Talk to each other.
the trade.
You know, fight for what's important to you, and you know, be willing to let go of those things that you don't even know why you cared about them in the first place. You're like, why do I have an opinion on this again? What's it even matter? Do I feel this way just because my mom did it this way and now I want it done that way? But now that I think about it, why did my mom even do it that way? Did she only do it that way because her mom did it that way? And then her mom did it that way and her mom did it that way and they did it that way because they didn't have any pickles around? You know what I'm saying?
Final art. Ninja rush.
You know what I'm saying? Like you go like 14 generations back and you realize that you never put, you know, something in your potato salad because they just didn't have any of it around them. And you're like, oh my God, why weren't we putting this in the potato salad the whole time? Whatever.
Enemy missing.
A lot of situations can come up in life. You never know.
Shinobi strike.
What's going on? It's a great question. That's a great question. I don't know. We're winging it.
I've surpassed my limits.
Oh, that's Ryzen beads.
They're rotating mid.
Yeah, they are.
Enemy missing left.
Gotta watch my trail. An enemy has been slain.
Call.
Nicely done.
Retreat middle lane.
You can't put that in the family recipe. Sorry, Mom, the family recipe needs some spice. See? That's what I'm saying.
Enemy missing left. On my way.
You have
You know, just don't be afraid. I'm just punching. I'm punching.
You're on fire.
No speed buff. There you go.
I am dead.
All right. That's as real as we're getting today.
Double kill. Round.
Can't beat relationship advice for the low price of $5 a month in a Zeus ADC game. Nah.
I can dash mid.
Wow. Come out and fight. I don't know how I'm 3-0 on 3 right now.
Shinobi strike.
I feel like I was just walking around farming my absolute brains out. I've got a 4-level lead in the jungle. Yep.
Enemy missing.
We are farmers. Bum 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 bum.
This creature's chi flows
Bum
through us.
bum.
This power is overwhelming.
Yo, we're actually crushing it right now. What the?
We're
Go
doing
team.
great.
Go team. Nice.
Good news is I'm 4 of our 6 guys.
Your jungler was paying absolutely no attention.
Figured that out when he Dragon Strike in front of you.
The
and
answer's
didn't say
always
anything.
no, Blitz.
To be fair, Incon, I have been learning life advice from you, and that's more than this game.
There you go. Yeah.
It's great.
Get any stronger.
We've surpassed Smite.
Final art. Ninja
Enemy
rush.
missing left.
Surpass Smite.
Oh, I don't know how Silver missed that. I've
Coming
been
over with my
phantom
40
hit.
CD booty.
That Nemesis beads down. Okay.
Rising in their backhands.
All right.
Ultimate is ready.
We don't have our Artemis with us.
They may walk through here. Shinobi strike.
They don't have their Nemesis with them.
UFA.
Oh, good Ares ult. Oh.
Burner.
Ryzen 1 HP, no beads. Kumba, no ult. Herc, no ult. Nice shot.
Missile.
Oh, yeah.
An enemy
Right, Phoenix? While we're here?
Yeah.
Man, let's party like it's 17.
I don't have ult, but I have guy.
You got 10 seconds. We can probably do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Played Artemis
Oh,
at least
no.
once in my life.
Ares! Oh.
Punches before toppled.
Oh, very sad.
Arrow on the way back.
Gotta get some F's in chat for our boy Ares, sacrificing for the greater good. It's very sad.
Fire?
Sure, why not?
That thing hit me so hard.
A med cloak would have been clutch. Must acquire more crit.
So, I died a Phoenix and I don't get fire? This is a sad day.
This has been the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals, maybe ever.
My sadness is insurmountable.
Probably a horrible idea, but I want to.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. What's up, Galaxy?
Tools of the trade.
How are you doing? Time to shove the leveling. Ares will never financially recover from this.
Oh, they're here.
Mm-hmm.
I've surpassed my limits.
Nice.
What an unfortunate way to die. Ares pulled into a Merc ult Artemis ult combo. Man.
An enemy has left the game.
Oh, that.
Ugh.
Your team has destroyed
Found by Hercules.
your middle tower has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a level. Your middle tower is under attack. Flicker step, Shinobi strike.
Bye, bud. GG's.
GG.
Your team has destroyed a left enemy Phoenix.
G to the cheese.
Flicker step.
Goodbye, Nam. Goodbye, Kumba. GG's. How did I not die this game? Merc OP. Mercury OP. Alright. With the starter items, you don't think you've built Crusher
All my
all
Artemis
year?
games don't go that
Honestly,
way.
I was
Incon,
so
You need to carry
distracted
me in my Artemis games.
that I built the tier 1 mace at the start instead of going into the Golden Blade, and then I was like, I guess I gotta finish an item, and the only one that even makes any sense is a Crusher. Thank you for supporting the Twitchiest community. If you'd like to see more videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel and always hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Thank you for all your support and have a Twitchin' day, y'all.